Okay everyone, today we're going to be tearing apart this Hootbot. It does not work. I currently have batteries in it. So you can see, if I can get this off, here we go. Batteries are in. It does not function. I have tapped it all over. I've given it all the taps I could. Let me back you up a little bit so you can get a better picture. There we go. So, nothing happens. So we're going to tear it apart and see if the motor's froze or if it needs a new motor. So let's start this disassembly. Okay, batteries are out. I've done one of these before. I cannot remember where all the screws are. There's one there, 4 there, and then 2 up here. Then there's also these 4 in the corners here. 2 there, and then there's 4 underneath, 1 in the middle here. If I remember right, this one and these 2 take off this back cover. So let's see. We'll just start taking screws out. Oops. This is a tough camera mount. It's messing up. It's not much of a mount, just a bunch of stuff sitting. There we go. That'll be a little better. I might need a different screwdriver. Nope, this one's good. So we'll take these out first. I'll show you which ones. Now we got these. You do not want to over tighten these when you put them back together. This plastic is very brittle. It's about 40 years old, so you do not want to over tighten anything. 2, 3, 4th one's stuck. There it is. 4 screws out. You can set them over here. That's what I have this one for. I'm pretty sure those 2 center ones are holding it too. Usually they used all the same screws to build these, so when you put it back together it should all be about the same. Let's see. Here's your 1 screw. Sorry, my hand's in the way. And there's your 1. And there's the other. They look the same. So that's a good thing. When fixing old toys like this, usually the screws are all the same or close. So we're gonna find out here. It feels like it's loose now. Oh yeah. Okay. Pop. And right there's our problem. Instantly. You see it right away. See that black wire there? I'm not sure where it goes. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it goes to this grounding ring. But that could be one of our problems. Or no, wait a minute. I think that goes to our battery terminals. Because, let me see here. So we got this red one here, it goes to that terminal. But this black one, I think that black one's supposed to go to the battery terminal too. That's what it looks like. Somebody might have had this part before and messed it up. We just try to not mess this up further than what it is. So let's take a peek here. Okay, looks like, because it's hard to tell, let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, you see that little tab there on our wire? It looks like, I don't think it goes there, but it looks like it goes, hold on. My stuff you can't see, but it looks like it goes right down there on that bottom tab there. There we go, right there is where it looks like it goes to me. You see that little wear spot? Everything else looks nice and clean except for that and this. See that little black piece? Definitely looks like it probably goes there. So I'm probably gonna have to go grab my solder gun and see if that'll moved it out of the frame. See if this will, see what I mean? It looks like it just goes right there, like that. So that might be our problem, and it might work after that. So I will be right back. I will edit this so you guys don't see me running away and coming back. Zoom out. And let's get that fixed and see what happens. Alright, we got our solder station. Now, just gotta plug it in and see what happens. Might have to do this in another spot. So let's see. I don't have an extension cord, so we'll do it here next to my kitchen sink. You can do it anywhere, wherever you need it. Alright, got our bot. Let's take this apart a little bit. See that wire exposed? Pretty sure it does go there. The hard part is going to be positioning this so I can do it without breaking another solder point. So let's just see what we can do. Okay. My hands are probably going to get in the way, but you'll see what I'm doing after I do it. So, where was that spot I said? All the way up here. I don't know if that's right. That's right, because... oh yeah, it has to be. Yep, it has to be right, because it's... whenever it's sitting like this, it's perfect. So I gotta probably turn it this way. And it's right there. So we'll have to turn it like that, I think. Just to get that wire up there, right up to that. So my solder station has these little alligator clips with adjustable to make it a little easier to hold stuff in place while you try to solder it. So let's try this. It's a little finicky. Nope. You can't see nothing there, can you? I just have you balancing on boxes. I do not even have a tripod for this camera or anything. You don't want to touch the plastic, they'll burn it. I'm not good at soldering, but I try. Alright, well that didn't work because I'm not really good at this stuff. But you try. It's such a hard angle. Be easier maybe if it was on its side. Yeah, that might work. Hold on. we'll get this soldered on. We'll be right back with you, and I'll show you what I did. This might be the best way. Just the wires are really short. I might actually have to, there we go, split it a little more. There's also a pin in here. I'll have to figure out where that goes. So I'm going to put that over my workbench area. Okay. I bet that pin came out of there, but we'll figure it out. So this wire definitely needs to go down on that contact there. So that's where it came off of. I got an idea. Because it's so hard. These are what I'm using to keep my camera propped. So we'll just do that, and then it will prop up my base a little bit so I can solder that wire on better. See how this alligator clip works out when I try this. Push that wire down on there. It's so hard to get one wire attached. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to put some solder down on that contact so I have something to solder to. Push that wire out of my way for a minute. Heat up the contact. Put a little solder on it. A little more, wouldn't hurt. Okay, now we'll put the wire down on it, push it in with the solder, give it a second to cool. Alright, it's on there. Now, let's see what we got. So that pin, I have a feeling I can drop it down in from the top. We should be able to just pop this on. That pin I think is, oh no, that doesn't go there. These are screw holes. So that pin definitely came out of here somewhere. Where did you come from, pin? Probably there, if I had to guess. Was that hole there? We'll find out. I'm gonna go grab it and see if it fits. Oh, it does. It fits in there nicely. Okay. Now we need to put our little owl back together, somewhat. Not going to put all the screws in, because I'll probably have to take it apart anyway, again. But just in case I do, I'm not putting them back in. Just lightly snap stuff together. Don't force it. Now we can go back to our regular station. Let's go. Alright. Get you set up again. Alright. Here we go. I bought this little guy on eBay for $30 or so. And I enjoy fixing these, so it was a no-brainer for me when I saw the condition. The battery terminals are all clean. It was an absolute no-brainer for me to pay $30 for this, because they're rare and you never see them. And I love these little things. I got so many of these little robots now. They're a nice little collection. But let's see if I put batteries in this the right way. Yeah, there's one, there's two. What do we think? Is it gonna work? Oh, it doesn't still. Nothing. Oh. Saying something. pretty good tool. So it's not hooting. There it is. The motor was just a little froze, and then that wire. So it's perfectly functional. The motor's pretty loud. I'll probably have to take it apart and oil the motor. The whistle doesn't work every time. There it is, a little bit. Very faint. It's getting faster though. So that wire was definitely the problem with this. The eyes weren't lighting at first, now they are. I might just have to let it run. Put the screws back in. So let's put the screws back in it. Let's get it off this base. We'll put all these screws back in. I'll take the batteries out to get these two. So that pin definitely went where I put it. Just looked like the only place for a pin that would have slid out. So we got the two in the center. I'll flip it so you can see. So we only took out 6 screws, resoldered a wire, and it works. Okay, so this is the whole point of fixing stuff like this. There's 2 screws here in the middle. Do not over tighten. Just turn it until it's snug. People throw away toys all the time because they stop working. It's always something simple when it comes to stuff like this. Obviously, if you see a bunch of broken and it's cracked and a bunch of wear on a toy like this, yeah, it's probably got a lot more to it than just a wire. But usually it is something simple like this when a toy is in good condition. And all it took was a little bit of solder and a little bit of time. And now we got a fully functioning collectible. I didn't even look at the tail to see if it was working, so we're going to put it back together and see if that's working or not. Put the batteries back in them. All the screws are in. Snugged, not over tightened. And then we got our 2 batteries there. 2 screws in the center. And we put our skull cap back on. Put him back on his base. Alright. Now let's see if it still works after I put the screws back in. Okay, how his tail look? Yep, he's wagging. His head's not moving around much though. Oh, there it is a little bit. There he goes. It's a little, I think he has a bad gear because his head's not fluid moving. Watch. We'll come back to center right there. So he's still got some issues, but I'm going to work him out. But right now we got a fully functioning robot almost, except for this little spot he has problems with. I don't know, that's awesome, right? I have a couple more bots like this. There's a couple more bots like this I'm going to be working on. So stay tuned, you'll see. I think there's 2 ding bots I got to do yet, and then I got a spot bot I need to just take apart and clean, but it works perfectly. And got some other stuff we need to work on, some Game Boys. There's a cash register I'm restoring. There's a, what else is down there? There's so much in my workshop. There's like 4 Game Boys, the cash register. There's a 1948 TV I gotta work on. There's a, something else really cool, I forget what it was now. But this was what I was excited to get to, because I really love these little owl robots. So, hope this helped you figure out what might be wrong with yours. Stay tuned, I'll be posting more videos.